everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is my October favourites video. Now this month I have definitely been trying out quite a few new products. I kind of realised that I was getting stuck in a bit of a rut in terms of the products that I was using, and I basically every day was just reaching for exactly the same thing. So I made a conscious decision to try some different bits and pieces on my skin, see what worked, what didn't work, what I love, what I didn't like. And as it turns out, there are quite a few new products that I have tried during the month of October that I have really enjoyed using. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of those bits and bobs that I've been trying recently and absolutely loving. So let's get started with my favourites video. So the first two products actually that I'm going to be sharing with you that I have been really loving throughout the month of October are both by Tilbury. And the first one is a new foundation that I've been trying out. And I have to say, in terms of foundation, I really do tend to stick to what I know. It's quite unusual for me to purchase kind of a new foundation to try, because in the past I've done that so often, and I have found that I've sort of ended up wasting some of them because they just haven't worked for me. So I do definitely generally tend to stick to what I know in terms of foundation. I do get a little bit scared with deviating from what I usually use, but I have been trying the Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. Now I have to say, I also really like the Tilbury Magic Foundation, but this one I was very interested in because it isn't quite as full of coverage as the Magic Foundation, and that's what I wanted. I really wanted to find a nice, medium, very buildable, very kind of easy to wear for everyday foundation that I felt was very comfortable on my skin, and I would 100% say that this is perfect for that. I have been using this foundation pretty much every single day since I got it. In fact, I think this is my second bottle of this. So I have really loved using this. It says it's a youth boosting perfect skin foundation, and what's great about this is that it does have an SPF 15 in it, which is great because obviously then that gives your skin that little bit of extra protection, which is perfect. And what I really like about this foundation is it's really buildable. So the first layer you put on gives you quite a light to medium coverage. So I do think that if you just want something quite light for every day, it's just perfect for that. And it does just give your skin that little bit of a tint and a lift. And I find it just sort of evens out your skin tone beautifully. It's also super buildable. So if you did want a little bit of extra coverage, I'm not saying it's a full coverage foundation because it's definitely not that, but I feel like you can work very easily with it to build it up to being a little bit fuller than when you first initially put the first layer on, if that makes sense. I hope you know what I mean. So it's a very easy foundation to use. It goes on really nicely. It sits really nicely on my skin. I find that it doesn't cling to any sort of dry patches, and it feels quite sort of soft and moisturising, and I do feel like it does have a little bit of a glowy sort of effect to it, which I'm always loving when it comes to foundation. It's just a very easy to blend, easy to wear, very comfortable foundation. So the second product that I've picked from Tilbury again is this. Now this is called the Cheek to Cheek Swish and Pop Blusher. Now for some weird reason I very rarely buy blusher. I don't really know why, but when I'm makeup shopping I do definitely find that I tend to gravitate more towards kind of the lipsticks, the mascaras, the foundations, and I don't pay maybe enough attention to blushers. But I recently went out and thought, okay, I really want to try a new blusher. I have been using the same one for a very long time, and it was a Laura Mercier one and I still love it, but I just wanted to try something a little bit different. And so I saw this one and I have been loving this so much. This is such a beautiful product. Now if I open it up you can see that it is quite well loved, although it doesn't look like a huge amount has been used, and I literally use this every single day. So I would definitely say that a little goes a long way with this product. So the idea behind this, as you can see, it's got the outer ring and the inner ring of colour. And the idea, I believe, is that you get your brush and you sort of swish it all around the outer ring of the colour of the blush. And then you sort of pop it on your cheekbone area. And then you just tap your brush into the middle section of the blusher. And you just pop that on the apples of your cheeks to give you that little bit of glow. And I have to say, it absolutely does that beautifully. One, I think that this colour actually really suits my skin tone. I'm pretty fair skinned. This one is called Love Glow and it just looks very fresh and very pretty. So I really love the colour of it to start with. And then I just love the central section because it really does add something to really lift your makeup and lift your blusher. Alternatively, obviously, you can swish your brush around the whole thing and mix it up all together and then just sweep it on like a normal blusher. And again, that gives you a lovely, glowy, very pretty, very fresh looking blush. So I've been really, really loving that one. Those two Charlotte Tilbury products I've been using all month and really have been enjoying them very much. So the next product that I have been loving this month is this, which is by Givenchy, and this is called the Rouge Perfecto Lip Balm. Now, I'm not even going to lie, the first thing that attracted me to this is the packaging, because this is probably the most stunning packaging I've ever seen on a lip balm. I mean, it's super fancy, feels incredibly expensive, extremely luxurious, and it does definitely feel incredibly beautiful to use, and I just think the packaging's amazing. So that's definitely what attracted me to it in the first place. And it helps that the product is also very lovely too, of course. So this, like I said, is a lip balm. And I do feel that it's not just your ordinary lip balm. It sort of does a little bit more than your everyday moisturising lip balm. And I'm very happy about that. Because if I open it, you can see that it appears to be quite a pink toned lip balm. Now, when you first put it on, it sort of glides on very, very smoothly, very beautifully, and it sort of looks quite sheer and just a little bit dewy and very pretty. But it has a magical ingredient in it, which basically I believe reacts with the pigment and the natural colours in your lips and just sort of enhances your natural lip colour. And I find that for me, it just gives my lips a really very pretty, very girly, very natural, very fresh looking rosy tint, which is absolutely perfect for me because I do have a lot of days where I don't want to wear a huge amount of makeup. I just want to put a little bit on to make me look a bit more awake and fresh and ready for the day. And this is a great product for that because it really does give your lips a very pretty, very fresh look. And to couple that with natural, quite simple makeup is just a very lovely, everyday, simple makeup look. With this lip balm, it comes with sort of a bit of a funny sensation. When you apply it, it, like I said, glides on very beautifully, feels super, super moisturising and actually stays on your lips really, really well and nourishes and moisturises them beautifully. But it has a sort of slightly tingly, cooling sensation. And in theory, I think that's probably supposed to be something to do with the plumping element for your lips. I wouldn't say that this plumps up my lips hugely. It may do a tiny bit, but nothing major. I mean, it is at the end of the day a lip balm. How much is it really going to plump your lips up? But it's a nice sensation. You can definitely feel it doing something. And I really, really love the overall effect that this lip balm gives to my lips. Very fresh, very nourishing, very moisturising, and looks blooming gorgeous as well. So I really, really love this product. So my next favourite to share with you guys is a fragrance. Now, I do tend not to spend a huge amount of money on one individual fragrance, or I never used to. Now it does appear that I tend to buy fewer fragrances, but they're slightly on the more expensive side of things, and they are definitely ones that I love, and I don't change my mind about them. They're ones that I love for a long time and I never go off them, if that makes sense. So this was one that I sprayed on quite a long time ago and I didn't buy it at the time because it's quite expensive and it panicked me a bit to spend a lot of money on a fragrance. But it was one that I couldn't stop thinking about. And literally months and months I kept thinking about it and I thought I do really want to buy that fragrance. So in the end, I purchased it and I am very, very happy that I did because I still absolutely love it. It is incredible and it's nothing like any of the other fragrances I have, and I just think it's quite special. And it is this one, which is Le Col Noir by Christian Dior, and this is from their private collection, so these are their more premium fragrances. Now this, without a shadow of a doubt, by a long, long way, is my longest lasting fragrance in terms of how it lasts on my skin. I have never known a fragrance quite like this. The longevity is beyond. It's unbelievable. To the point where if I spray this and wear it all day, if I have a shower, I can still smell it. Even if I wash my hair, and because obviously I kind of spray it around here, sometimes it gets on your hair, I can literally still smell it. It lasts like you wouldn't believe, this fragrance. It literally looks like I haven't used any, and the reason for that is you literally only need one spray of this, maximum of 2, because it is such a strong fragrance and it does last so well. If you overdid it, I think it would be far too much, but just the one pump of it is beautiful. It's definitely a very grown up, very sophisticated fragrance, and it's just like nothing else I own. This and the Armani Privée Piv1 Sujo are definitely 2 of my favourite perfumes in my collection, just so you can kind of get an idea of exactly what this fragrance smells like. I've got on my phone the exact notes that are in this fragrance, and the top note is Rose de My Absolute, the heart note is Sri Lankan Sandalwood, and the base note are white musks. If you are not into floral, quite sort of intense, deep fragrances, this probably isn't for you. Everything about it, the bottle, I think, the simplicity of it is very beautiful. It's got the lovely sort of magnetised, very heavy lid. Even taking the lid off, I can instantly smell the perfume just by doing that. It's just a very special fragrance. My next favourite to share with you guys is a lipstick. And I would say that this lipstick is probably one of the nicest lipsticks I've bought in a very long time. I am so impressed with it. It's really beautiful. And it's by Hourglass, and it is one of these. And I've written the name down because it's got a really long name. It's called the Hourglass Confession Ultra Slim High Intensity Refillable Lipstick. And the colour that I've got is called The First Time. And first of all, how freaking gorgeous is the packaging? It is very, very cool, feels incredibly expensive, it's super, super heavy and just shiny and gorgeous, and I love that it's a little bit edgy, and I do love to keep this in my handbag. It's just very, very beautiful. And then second of all, obviously the product itself is stunning. I feel like this, for me and my skin tone, is probably the nicest nude that I've ever tried. Like I said, I am quite fair, and sometimes I find that nude shades do tend to wash me out a little bit. I have to be a little bit careful with the type of nude lipsticks that I pick. But this one, I believe, is probably the nicest one that I've got in my reasonably vast collection of nude lipsticks, and I'm very happy to have found this colour. It comes sort of in a very slim applicator, which I actually find is great because it makes applying it incredibly easy and very precise, and it feels very soft and gives a lovely finish on your lips. It's got quite a nice subtle satin finish, and it feels quite moisturising. It doesn't feel uncomfortable on your lips. It's quite soft, and it's also pretty long wearing, though actually because it's so beautiful I quite enjoy reapplying this because I just like to have a look at it because it is very, very pretty. Now the idea of these as well is that the colour is interchangeable. I haven't done that yet because I'm still enjoying using this particular shade, but I believe you probably just pop this bit out, and then there's quite a lot of different colours in this collection, and then you just pop it back in again and you've still got the gold casing but then a completely new lipstick colour inside the casing, which I think is great. Obviously Hourglass is a slightly more expensive brand, so I think it's really nice that they've done something where you can interchange the colours of the lipsticks depending on which shade you fancy that day. Yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying using this, and I intend to get some more colours too. My next product that I've been really enjoying is a mascara. And this is the Guerlain Maxi Lash So Volume Mascara. Now I have to say, I have never ever tried a Guerlain mascara before that I can think of. Pretty sure I haven't. No, I haven't. This is the first one I've ever tried, and I am loving it. First of all, once again, the packaging is very, very beautiful, feels quite expensive, and it's just very sleek, very elegant, really like the packaging. But obviously, most importantly, how the product works, it's really lovely. I have naturally quite long lashes, and I've got quite a lot of them, so many mascaras, I find, for me, they just clump up too much, or they do just make my lashes look too thick and too heavy. But this mascara does everything which I want it to do, which is gives my lashes a lovely amount of length. So firstly, when I first applied this, I thought, okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this, because not a huge amount of product comes out on the brush. So when I was first applying it, I thought, okay, it's not doing anything. But actually, the fact that not much product comes out, I find works really well for my lashes, because I find that it's really, really buildable, and you can kind of control exactly how much you're putting on, and you can sort of get to the required amount of thickness that you like. And I don't think any of my other mascaras do that. I find generally quite a lot of product comes out on the brush, so I find that it's quite nice to be able to control that a little bit. So if you really wanted a very, very, very natural looking lash, one coat of this does that beautifully. So for again, those no makeup kind of days, it gives a very, very subtle, just slight lift. If you want something a little bit more dramatic, obviously you just keep layering it, and it will lengthen beautifully. It also thickens your lashes nicely, but the key thing, it doesn't go clumpy. And for me, I'm really not a fan of very, very clumpy mascara, because I have, like I said, quite a lot of lashes. Clumpy mascara just looks insane on me. So I really love the fact that this doesn't clump up, but it does really, really nicely lengthen and thicken my lashes. And I really like that you can control whether you have natural looking lashes or a more dramatic look. So I've been loving this mascara. Really, really pleased to have found this, and I think I'll definitely investigate some other Guerlain mascaras after this, because I'm really super impressed with this. So my next favourite is a hairbrush, and it is one of these. This is a Tangle Teezer. Now, I never got on with the original Tangle Teezers, you know, the little short handheld ones. Not really sure why. I tried them a couple of times and I didn't love them. They were okay, but I really didn't love it. So recently I purchased this. I'm not sure how long these have been around, because I wasn't necessarily looking for it, but I saw it and I thought I'd give it a go. And this is the Tangle Teezer, obviously with the handle that's much more like a chunky brush. And this is amazing. On my hair, which is reasonably long, and obviously I have it colour treated, so it definitely does tend to get knotted, and I find that so many brushes that I use end up really pulling quite a lot of hair out. This brush goes through my hair beautifully. It really does just get the knots out so easily. It's great on my hair when it's dry, and equally as good when it's wet. After I've sort of washed it and towel dried it, I do find that that's when it's particularly knotty. But this brush is incredible. It really works wonders on my hair, and actually makes brushing my hair out before I'm about to dry it so super quick and simple, and I think does a lot less damage to my hair than some of the other brushes that I've used previously. So I'm very, very happy to have found this. So a couple of random favourites at the end of my video. First of all, dark coloured nails. I, over the summer, kind of refuse to wear dark coloured nails, because I feel like summer's the time to have either lighter colours or nude colours, or just the more lighter, brighter colours. That's just always how I've been. I don't know, there's no rule to it, you can wear whatever you like. But over summer I do tend to wear more sort of pinks or corals or nudes. But I have recently changed my nails to a very dark red, and I love it. I am so happy that it's now autumn and I feel like I can now wear dark coloured nails, and this is probably one of my all-time favourite nail colours. I can't tell you the exact name of these are gel nails, and I can't remember the name of the gel, but there's something about dark coloured nails that I feel looks quite chic and quite polished and quite dramatic, and they just go with everything. So dark colour nails, absolutely obsessing over those at the moment. And then finally, a fashion favourite. This is just an example of one that I have, and this is a Faux Fur Gilet. Now this is just one from Topshop. I've actually had this for a really long time and it's lasted really, really well. This is just obviously a very neutral coloured one, so this goes with absolutely everything. But at this time of year, in particular at the moment where I live in the UK, it's still really quite mild. It's sort of quite cold in the mornings, but then during the day it gets warmer and warmer. But you feel like you still want a little something to keep you warm in the day, and I find that a Faux Fur Gilet does that job literally perfectly, because it's in between. It keeps your body warm but your arms are still out and free, but this just gives you that little bit of extra layer to keep you warm, but you don't get too hot or too cold wearing it. So Faux Fur Gilets I am loving right now, and all through this month I've worn this absolutely non-stop because I just don't feel it's cold enough to get the coats out yet. So this is a great in-between piece for this time of year when it really isn't cold enough at the moment to be wearing a full-on coat. So that's it. Those are all of the favourites that I wanted to share with you guys for this month. I do really hope that you enjoyed my video. Please give me a very happy thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and do also go over and follow me on Instagram if you don't already follow me on there. I would love it if you would come over and join me on there too. Also, I have a question for you guys. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure whether it would be interesting to anyone. Probably not. But I've kind of been thinking about starting Twitter. I know I probably sound like a dinosaur by saying that because most people are already on Twitter, but I'm wondering whether to start tweeting myself. Would any of you guys be interested in that? Do let me know, because at the moment I'm like, well, no one would be interested in the slightest in anything you have to say, but I don't know, maybe, I have no idea. So do let me know whether you'd be interested in me starting to tweet. Sometimes I feel like I have some thoughts that I would like to share, but I don't know how interesting it would be. Let me know either way. Tell me if you would be interested in that or not. That's fine. Anyway, I hope that you guys are all doing well. Like I said, please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you again very soon in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.